Well, today, we're not only gonna push the limits of what you can do on iPad, we're going to crush them.
To 50% faster CPU performance over M2 in the previous iPad Pro. With M4, iPad Pro widens its lead as the most powerful device of its kind.
I think I've heard that before.
With haptics, makes playing games on iPad Pro insanely fun. With this combination of CPU and graphics performance, the new iPad Pro is, yet again, the fastest device of its kind. It's not even close.
iPad mini is already the fastest device of its kind. And the performance of the new iPad mini is simply remarkable.
And the new Air is also up to 2 times faster than the best-selling Windows laptop in its price range.
The problem with the iPad has nothing to do with its performance, it's everything else. I've been using an M1 iPad Pro for creative work for the past 3 years. I use it for photo editing, some video editing, and writing. And there are things about this device that I absolutely love. Its screen is probably the best screen that I own. Its speakers sound fantastic and can pretty much act as a portable speaker. Over the course of the past 3 years, I can't remember one time that it slowed down on me. When combined with the Apple Pencil and the Magic Keyboard, the hardware of the iPad Pro is truly incredible. So why then, with Apple's most recent event where they announced the new iPad Pro with the M4 chip alongside the new Magic Keyboard and new Apple Pencil Pro, did I walk away from it feeling frustrated and worried about the future of this device? After doing some thinking, it comes down to 3 reasons.
It's incredible hardware, great screen, great battery, great chip, but it's still sort of held back by the software.
The whole software, hardware thing, it's the same thing every year, right? Fantastic hardware, marred by insufficient software.
But it's the iPad operating system that lets things down everywhere else.
But for me personally, I'm not sure if an iPad can replace a laptop yet.
The iPad Pro is not just a computer, it's a computer for legitimate pros. So if that's the case, why does Apple keep treating it like a toy for children to watch YouTube and play cut the rope? There's still no file copy progress bar, you can't sideload apps, it deserves better.
iPad OS has become a weird Frankenstein operating system, where on one hand it wants to be fun and light, but on the other it also wants to be a more serious operating system. It's like a mullet. They've added several features that feel very half-baked to me, like Stage Manager, which promises to allow you to have a multitasking experience similar to that of a desktop. But to look at this and say, oh yeah, just like my computer, is silly. This is a distinctly iPad way to handle multitasking. And I think that's exactly how Apple wants it to be. Another area that iPad OS wants to seem like it's more professional than it actually is in its Files app, which on the surface is just like any other Files app, which allows you to arrange and manage your files just how you would want to. But dig a little deeper and you'll find that it's more like a guided tour of your files rather than an actual files manager. It works fine for when you just want to download a PDF and attach it to an email, but as soon as you want to do anything more demanding, it begins to fall apart. Alright kids, pop quiz. Which one of these is the most expensive? The new iPad Pro 13-inch with the Magic Keyboard and Apple Pencil Pro and 1 terabyte of storage, a base model MacBook Pro 14-inch, or a 4-star summer vacation in the middle of July to Paris, France with a round-trip flight from Des Moines, Iowa? It's the iPad. The iPad's the most expensive, and it's honestly not even close. What are you doing, Apple? Something that's frustrating to me is that the new iPad can't be used with the current generation Apple Magic Keyboard or Apple Pencil, meaning that if you already own those accessories, you're going to have to spend an additional $430 replacing them for the new iPad. It feels like Apple is artificially creating new reasons as to why you need to buy the same product again, with the new features merely being a disguise for that. For all their moral grandstanding about e-waste, it sure does seem like Apple doesn't mind making more of it when it means that you have to buy a new product of theirs. I have a theory.
And my theory goes a little bit like this. For all of the talking that Apple does about wanting to make an iPad that is capable of doing professional work, there is one thing that they are far more afraid of than that, and that is cannibalizing the MacBook. In a year where across the board, iPhones are not selling as well as they have in the past, the MacBook is Apple's holy grail, and making an iPad that is actually capable of replacing a MacBook is just not something they're willing to do right now. They're not willing to make a multitasking experience that is capable of handling complicated workflows. And they don't want to make a Files app that is on the same level as literally any other operating system outside iOS. They could, they're not going to. What they are willing to do, however, is sell you a very expensive tablet that promises just enough to get professionals interested without actually delivering enough to make them replace their MacBooks. People have been begging Apple at this point to release an update to the iPad that makes it more like a computer. But why would they? Why make what you have better when they could just make you buy something else? Thank you so much for watching, and God bless.